Good job, Anthrax. You smoked too much weed on today, Weed Day, and your game stopped working.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
Hello,
Good job.
everyone. Happy 420. Happy homebrew. Down, up, down, up, down. Alex, what's your favorite weed ROM hack?
My favorite weed ROM hack is the one that I wish we could be playing today, but we couldn't find on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
You were looking for it? What was it?
I was looking for
Oh.
anything weed related.
I thought you had something in mind.
No, other than I know there's got to be some for that were made in Nesticle with Mario. There's got to be.
Oh, yeah. Super NES ROM hacks, they're not as common, unfortunately. All right, well, I wasn't planning on that homebrew crapping out as early as it did, but hey, it's Mascot Friday, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing? We made it. We made it another week. It's Friday, and we are here to celebrate the mascots. Tonight's winners in our Super Nintendo mascot poll were Kirby's Dreamland 3, Dennis the Menace,
What?
and Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
Why? Just
Yeah.
because it's 420 doesn't mean you have to vote like assholes.
Hey!
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I kid.
2 minutes into the stream and you're calling everyone assholes.
No, you're not. You're making me play.
This is
Kirby's
a friendly
Dreamland.
place.
Yeah,
we're here to bring out the goodness in Mohawk and
That's true.
Headphone
That's
Jack.
true. We're positive. We're not.
This is their
Negative.
redemption arc.
I'm not redeeming anybody.
All right, so for reasons that will become apparent, tonight's winner, we usually play first, but we'll play it last today. If you don't know why, you will know why. And if you voted for it, you know why. You know exactly why. So actually, come to think of it, I may just have to swap cards here. You want to start off with Kirby?
Yeah, I'll start with Kirby.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. I'm excited for Gooey. I know there's some
Gooey.
Gooey haters out there, but I'm a big fan.
How can you hate Gooey?
Listen,
He's a perfect boy.
he's round. He's like a slime, but better.
Better?
He's the newest incarnation of slimes.
Boy, I'm glad I didn't sell this one. Yeah, this is a game you can't play on a flash card, so we're going with original cartridge this time around. This is a game with a pretty unique look to it. But is it a good game? That's what we're here to find out.
We got some, and it's okay. It's okay if you hate Gooey. I love Gooey, but wow, people really hate Gooey.
Look, if you know Gooey's tragic backstory, then you will feel bad for your words and deeds.
Damn, Danny.
I looked up Gooey's backstory, actually. It turns out he's the same race as the Dark Matter that tries to erase Kirby in all of his games.
Oh shit.
Only instead of hatred, Gooey's heart is full of love. He wanted to be friends with Kirby
Aw.
instead of killing him.
See, look at them.
And
Perfect.
we won't get to it, but in the last stage in the game, you fight the Dark Matter, and if player 2 is there, you get to see Gooey in his Dark Matter form.
Oh my god.
Which is exactly as he is, only he has those creepy little flower petals surrounding him, like the dark matter people do.
Oh, that's so good.
So we've entered the demo here. Look at the way this game looks.
It looks so cool.
It does. This is a special chip game. This game uses the SA1 coprocessor unit, which is 4 times faster than the SNES's standard CPU.
Holy shit.
We last saw it when we played Kirby Superstar, which also uses that chip. Among other things, it helps with compression, being able to store graphics as actual bitmaps instead of like tiled data, making it way easier. Essentially, it's just a powered-up Super Nintendo crammed into a cartridge.
That's kind of amazing.
From what I saw, there were a couple dozen SA1 games released in Japan, and only a handful made it out over here. Stuff like the 2 Kirbys, Mario RPG is a notable one. Mostly fishing games for some reason.
Wait, really?
I don't know. You need a lot of processing power to handle fishing games.
I guess so.
Alright, so this is Mascot Friday, where we rank the mascots. Tonight we're going to play 3 Super Nintendo platformers, and we're going to rank them on our big master list of 120 games. How do they rank? Is this one of the best Kirbys, or one of the worst? Well, you may know already.
I'm pretty interested in how it plays. I like Kirby a lot, but I also am very specific in what Kirby I enjoy. But I appreciate Kirby.
I do appreciate Kirby too. We're Kirby appreciators, if nothing else.
It's like, even if I don't enjoy a Kirby game, I'm always like, well, I can see what you were going for, and that's a really interesting thing.
They're always at least pleasant. That's all you can hope for from these games.
At worst, I'm bored.
And as usual, we're playing these games with an eye as to how good they are, how they compare to other games, and so on. Let's start the game.
Also, apparently Dark Matter GUI is in the newest,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there they are.
Oh, he is. Good. Yeah, GUI is actually appropriate because he recently made a comeback earlier this month with the Nintendo Switch Kirby Star Allies, I think it's called. That's a game I'll play someday, once it quits being $60.
The video is about as washed out as it is on our screen, too, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a very bright game.
Mm-hmm. And we're using RGB, so it's as bright as it can be, so, yeah. Alright.
I don't know, maybe you should try turning down the contrast.
Okay, one second.
If just for this game.
Yeah, this is pretty. Just give me a second here. Not gonna... Nope. That's too bright. Let me...
And yeah, this came out in 1997. It was the last game Nintendo released for the SNES, though there were a few third-party games after this. Weirdly, this came out in the States first. It was actually released in Japan in 1998.
Give me a second. As you can see, it's kind of... For some reason, it won't let me add the filter to do the contrast, so give me 1 second here. Have to rename this filter.
Now, kind of a weird thing is that we haven't played the original Kirby's Dreamland games. Those were on Game Boy. In fact, GUI made his first appearance in Kirby's Dreamland 2, which I didn't know until earlier today.
Okay, is that better? A little less blazingly bright?
That looks a little better.
Okay. Cool. Please close. There we go.
And away we go. There he is. And at any time, player 2 can push a button.
It's
and
GUI!
become GUI.
You have to like GUI now, because I'm GUI.
Yeah, Alex is GUI, I am Kirby. So, pretty typical Kirby gameplay here. Side-scrolling, you suck up monsters, some of them you can absorb to get their powers. And I think in 2-player mode, GUI can actually absorb powers too. I may be wrong about that, we'll have to find out in a bit. But one thing I've discovered about this game is that it's all about the co-op. The problem with this game is that it gets a little bit dull if you're playing single-player mode. You start to look like GUI when he's ducking down. You're all like, I guess this is good, whatever. Oh, friends!
No.
There we go.
Can I pick a friend?
I don't know, can you?
Hey, bah.
I don't think GUI can pick friends. GUI's kind of an afterthought of a character, considering he's just another Kirby, and they couldn't just have 2 Kirbys. There had to be a Kirby equivalent. So this is his hamster friend? I'm sorry, I don't know their names.
Hamtaro.
Is it Rick?
Yeah,
one of them's named Rick. Rick the Hamtaro, yeah. Now, I think Kirby Superstar, parts of that were also co-op, right? I remember us playing
quite. There's
Kirby.
yeah, almost all the games allow in that game allow co-op.
Oh, you should absorb this guy. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright, so this is kind of notable as being a Kirby game where 2 players can have different powers. That wasn't really a thing at this time. Was that something you could do in Superstar?
I don't know. You couldn't have powers in Superstar. You would just be the power of the enemy that you absorb that you turn into your co-op partner.
Okay.
Because yeah, in that game, the co-op partners were your co-op partners were the enemies that you let loose or whatever.
GUI, open it.
Umbrella for that.
Ah, I've been killing everything. So yeah, with a bunch of different powers, you also have variants of those powers when you use the different animal friends. Like this one, pretty well suited to this area since I can fire diagonally up. I think you also get a fish, which helps in the underwater sections. And what's the other one, a bird?
I think so. Something.
Take us away, Gooey. Talking about Game Boy games. Yeah, the original Kirby was pretty darn good, especially compared to the really early Game Boy stuff. Things like Mario Land, which was okay. We need to rank that someday.
Yeah.
Come on, Gooey.
I'm coming. Hurry up for Gooey. Oh my god.
Alright, here we go. Just run through everything. Yeah, so like most Kirby games, it's pretty easy to just blaze through these levels. You have unlimited flight, the life meter's pretty generous. Oh, here we go, this is all timing. Oh, nothing. I got nothing. Gooey got the top prize. There's also a lot of weird side quests in this game, like the upper row of blocks here indicates like a side quest item you can find in every level. There's a decent amount to this game.
Well, that's a cool... That was a cool witch!
Not anymore.
Jeez!
Ooh, be the rock.
I don't know how to get my power. Hold on. I can select.
Yeah. Gooey the rock.
That's what I can do.
Yeah.
Alright, leave that witch be. They seem very normal. Danny! These
Look.
witches seem very normal and nice. You shouldn't be doing this.
Alright, fine.
But you need the witch power, so maybe you should absorb her.
Okay. Well, I ate you. That's a start.
Oh. Oh, Gooey.
Oh my god, quit being the rock. Good lord.
I want to be a
disaster.
witch. Come back. God damn. Lady. No, I'm never gonna
Gooey,
be
you're
the
the
witch.
you're the worst.
Hey. That's not true.
Now I know why everyone hates Gooey. Okay, that one you can eat.
I'm too already the rock. I've moved on.
okay,
I've already made peace with not being the. So there's a lot of power specific stuff here.
Yeah, a lot of the level design seems built around specific powers, which I guess is pretty common for the
She
Kirby
seems
games.
cool.
Oh,
Think she's impressed?
hey. Yeah, I'd say she's impressed.
I'm impressed personally. If I saw
Punch
someone
things.
doing that, I'd be very impressed. I'd give them a lot of money. I'd make them partners on Twitch. I would just do so much if I saw a cool rock with googly eyes.
So I guess this game's biggest problem is that it doesn't really deliver anything unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a whole bunch of really different minigames, which Kirby Superstar was. For Game Boy, the games were pretty simple, but still, for Game Boy, it was, like, remarkable, considering how many shit platformers there were. I guess when you bring that formula to the Super Nintendo, especially as late as this game came, it's just not really impressive or anything. Especially when it's Nintendo's final game they're releasing for the system. Plus, this game had the misfortune of coming right after Yoshi's Island, which had a lot more to offer in terms of depth, and you could argue the art style's better. I kind of like this one better. I like the pastels.
I really like these pastels.
Alright.
Ow.
See how on the surface, this is just an easy, fairly lightweight Kirby game. If anything, it doesn't really stand out from its predecessors, or really the game that was released immediately before this.
I'm just taking in all the Kirby I can before we have to get to our final game.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
We have to enjoy the times we have with Kirby.
Kirby die? Is Kirby dying?
Someone's gonna die, it's not Kirby.
Eh, rip me.
I'm just eating everything. Me and Kirby have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alright.
Nice.
Kirby's Adventure, yeah, that's a good one.
Kirby's Adventure was the first game I ever 100%ed. I really, really like that game.
And it's true, I guess this game comes up short even compared to Kirby's Adventure, which is much lengthier.
It has
really,
like a lot of hidden stuff. I mean, this game probably does have hidden stuff and things like that, but I really enjoyed the...
And it's much more technically impressive than this was, considering it was on NES.
Mm-hmm. Did you...
What did I do?
I think you had a...
Do I have
That's
a gun?
lightning, okay. I had a gun, and I was gonna say, God damn it, no.
It's about time they gave Kirby a gun.
No,
Give it the times,
one.
Kirby. Next Kirby's a third-person shooter, and he's a sad dad. Nintendo's finally getting with the times.
Next one.
Oh no!
Kirby just trying to relate to his son as he decapitates a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not the killing that gets to me. It's the fathering. That's a direct line from the new God of War. I'm just making that up.
I was gonna say, you're lying. Danny, don't lie to our beautiful chat.
Alright, which one do I want? I haven't seen any water, so let's go with the bird.
Let's go.
Who knows the bird's name? I'm sure a lot of people do.
It's,
Is it Burb?
Birdie the Mighty.
Oh my god, look at this!
Oh my god!
What can possibly stand in my way? I'm just flying over everything and demolishing.
That bird's name is...
This bird's the God of War.
I was gonna say it's death!
We're also proud to be delivering one of the few 420 streams that's not playing God of War.
I'd hate to be high and play God of War.
Yeah.
You'd be having a good
Freak
time,
me
and
out.
then it's all about like, I'm so sad about my son, and you're like, oh no, now I have to be introspective while I'm on drugs.
Oh, and
Screw
now Medusa's
you.
trying to kill me or some shit. She turned my son to stone, and now I'm sad. No! Alright, what's this?
Oh yeah,
business?
Nintendo Labo is out.
Oh yeah! Man. Incorrect. I should pay more attention. I think that was the side quest in this level. Like, the minor objectives don't really remain consistent from level to level. There's something different in each one. And I guess that makes this game unique, the fact that you're never really sure of what side quest item you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice surprise. Alright, eat this.
Well, I did what you wanted me to.
Gooey was just like, didn't like it. Now, when me and Alex first played this game, we didn't know Gooey's name. We called him Doofy.
Oh, I love Doofy!
We'd never seen him before.
And I fell in love.
Yeah, and the game never really tells you what his name is. What's weird is that Gooey was just kind of a placeholder character in Dreamland 2. Like, he would only appear if you were riding an animal and you got into a situation where you were getting another of that same animal. So instead of getting a copy of that animal, you just get Gooey. And sometimes it was a weird female Gooey who hasn't appeared later on.
Mm.
She remains lost in the Kirby universe.
The Mrs. Gooey.
Mrs. Gooey, yeah.
There, Mrs. Gooey. I am sorry that my voice is lower now, so that turned from joke to like
Woke.
genuinely no. What's broke but like really skeezy and makes you uncomfortable?
Woke.
Danny.
Oh, I gotta get this medicine. There we go.
Croak.
Croak, yeah. From woke to croak, the Kirby story. I'm taking a lot of hits. This game's pretty easy. At least it is now. Oh, hey, come here. That's a pro tip. If you're playing single player, summon Gooey and eat him, and you can get some of your life back.
Okay, well, you have fun now.
Okay.
If I let myself out, will you lose health?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Try it.
You sure will.
So. Well, if you have half a health and you eat a Gooey, you get a full health. Oh, there is water here. Mainly, I just enjoy Goofy's Gooey, Doofy. Just Gooey's out of placeness in this game. He really is a placeholder.
He really is. Uzi says that Gooey is a parasite.
Hey,
it's okay. Listen,
Gooey is my friend. Gooey wants to connect with you on LinkedIn.
I was gonna say Gooey is a really divisive subject.
He is. I never knew.
I thought that if like
maybe that's why no one likes this game. All right, you can come back anytime you want.
Howard Gooey.
I especially like when he's invincible. He's just like this rolling, unstoppable force. Doesn't really know what he's doing because he's gooey.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, it turns out all you haters are on the wrong side of history because Gooey's back, baby, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I like the baby Gooeys down here.
Oh yeah. I stomped him.
Hey, thanks for killing my children.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, all you dark matter beings are like trying to destroy my shit.
Well,
even the little ones.
Gooey about to die.
Help!
Nanny, no!
Kirby's in a pickle. Did you just eat my breath? I think that's what happened.
Oh my god!
Okay, wait. Try it.
No, I think that was just
okay.
an illusion.
It was just a coincidence. Maybe people just find Gooey unsettling. Maybe they're just not ready.
I think that's fair. I think I could...
Gooey's his own thing.
Gooey represents the new world.
He doesn't bow to the mainstream like Kirby did in his new third-person shooter. The Gooey game, he stays to his roots.
He's not a dad at all.
Yeah, he'll never be a dad.
Wait, no, I am a dad. You killed my children, so I guess I'm no longer a dad, so thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Kirby's a problem solver.
Yeah, Gooey is Homsar.
Yeah, he is the Kirby equivalent of Homsar. I guess that's why I like him.
Same. I like that I get to split the tomato with you.
I'm glad, yeah, I'm really glad that happens, actually, because one player getting a tomato when the other player needs it could start a fight.
It could. I'm sure we've yelled
The magic
at each other.
tomatoes are pretty important.
Oh, hey.
Did we do her quest? I don't think we did.
No, she's like, well, thanks.
Time to move on. Tomato. Nothing. DDD does make a good strong bad.
Gooey does look like he'd be one of the nameless Muppets singing a song on Sesame Street.
He's a third stringer, alright? And he's okay with his lot in life. He was okay with not appearing in any Kirby games of the last 20 years.
Well, I, for one, am glad he's back.
Me too.
Sorry that we've turned into the, like, just running over the opinions of people who, like, are mildly don't like Gooey in our chat. We're like, no! You can all
I don't
belong.
understand. Usually I can see people's side of the argument, but not in this case. Not with my boy Gooey.
Sorry, Danny is just... We're
Gooey
being
is a goo
sponsored by
boy.
Gooey. Gooey paid me a $5. I'm real cheap. I'm sorry, guys. If you want to buy my opinion, it's really only $5.
I guess those doors up there would have led to some kind of side quest, but whatever.
Right.
I do appreciate that you can just ignore all that and play this as just a traditional platformer. I'm sure there's speedruns for any percent, 100%, GUI percent. GUI?
I'm going fast!
GUI, you're not in charge.
GUI is now. GUI number 1. You're right, I will hate GUI for $5. Just give me if you give me a $5 pledge or 500 bits, I will change my opinion.
What a sellout.
Listen.
The anti-GUI lobby's gotten to you.
They have. They're just jealous because I'm gonna make $5.
That's
All I
true.
gotta say is the video game character sucks.
$5 is $5.
Oh man, thank you to Actual Deek Deek, I didn't see this earlier, for giving us 420 bits.
Cool, thank you. Oh, that fish is sad we didn't do
They're
their side
very
quest.
gross.
Hey, we're not here to have fun. We're here to properly evaluate Kirby Dreamland 3's place in the Kirby Canyon. Cannon. I think I said the Kearney Canyon,
You did
which
say
is.
the Kirby Canyon.
I made up an entirely new story for Kirby.
So we're gonna play till we get to the first boss.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to
Sounds
stop.
You, like me, just don't want to play Mohawk and Headphone, Jack.
Yeah, we gotta eventually. For
Yeah,
what this is, I really like it. It's pleasant.
It is.
It doesn't play badly or anything. I even like the art style, and it switches up a lot between the levels. Here we're in some kind of forest.
Crap, the Ultimo gave us 500 bits. Thank you to the Ultimo for 500 bits. I'm officially selling out.
I guess we've forsaken GUI.
GUI sucks ass now.
Alright, yep, GUI. Oh my god, you see that?
That was
freaky as hell.
Creepy, yeah.
See, this is what happens when you forsake GUI. The spiders come. Look at that, see?
No, game over, game over.
That's awful.
Okay, I was given 500 bits to like GUI again.
Okay,
so
good.
GUI's good again.
GUI is back in our good graces.
GUI's good.
He's the best boy.
We love him.
Maybe better than Kirby? Time will tell, but probably yes.
Why did I do that? Why did I go that way?
This is more of an open-ended level.
Ah,
Oh, those spiders.
I hate those spiders.
They're the worst.
They're very unpleasant. The way their legs are.
They're designed to be unpleasant, too. Like,
Yeah, it's not
They just
cool.
kind of pop up and suddenly spider.
Well, Uzi gave me 500 more bits to say that GUI sucks.
Alright, GUI is terrible again.
GUI
Screw
sucks.
you, GUI.
GUI.
You think you're special? You think you can just come back as DLC like anyone gives a shit?
Here's my GUI call-out post. GUI looks like garbage. Weird Eye Boy. Just a Kirby knockoff. Thanks.
You want to get that bow and arrow? Like kill the spider. Hey!
I'll get this spider.
I don't want to see GUI eat the spider.
Don't you want to see GUI with many legs?
No, I don't want to see many legs GUI.
Hello, Kirby. I'm many legs GUI.
He grows 1,000 legs and his eyes become normal eyes instead of cockeyed eyes. And he gets a
Oh my
voice.
god, the Ultimo gave us 1,000 bits! Let me see what opinion I need to have.
Alright, which way is our opinion shifting?
I think GUI is supposed to suck even more now.
Oh my god.
GUI is banned, and if you say you like GUI, we will get extremely pissed off at you.
GUI, possibly the worst thing to ever happen to Kirby? Check out this new episode of Did You Know Gaming, all about
Did you know GUI?
Did you know GUI's misdeeds?
It's our entire video game series about all the shitty things about GUI.
Hey, you should get that medicine.
Oh yeah. That is...
I guess as long as you're here, you might as well contribute what you can, GUI. Freaking knockoff. They're just like, oh, I don't want to draw another Kirby. We gotta make some weird bootleg Kirby.
We got 500 bits from a dog IRL to enjoy GUI again.
Wait, does that set us in the enjoy GUI side, or is that just like normal? Do we have no opinion?
I think it's normal now. I think it's normal.
Okay, I think it all evened out. We have no opinion of GUI now.
Now we have no takes about GUI.
Gooey is just a normal thing.
Alright, we got 300 bits to like Gooey. I think that gets us a bit...
Hey, that Gooey's alright. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Look at that, he got a star. What did the stars do? I don't know. I didn't have an instruction manual with this game. It's very expensive. Let's fight the dang tree and then end this.
500 more bits to say that Gooey sucks.
Gooey's the worst.
Screw Gooey.
Gooey, actually do something for once. Kill this boss. Kill this innocent tree. Oh my god! It's twisted! This tree got twisted! I almost ate my good friend Gooey.
No, you hate Gooey now.
Oh, I mean, you should have eaten him.
Eaten him?
Should have just ate that Gooey. Oh, one more hit to go. There we go. Got him. No thanks to you, Gooey.
We're back to Gooey is good.
Okay, thanks, Gooey. You did great.
I think we're no longer taking Gooey bits, because I think we're done for now.
Yeah, this will
And
conclude.
then we got 500 bits for Gooey to eat the animals. Thank you all so much.
Thank you to everyone who weighed in on the Gooey debate, either with or without bits. Thank you for all the bits, though. You've definitely changed our mind.
A lot of bits.
Our mind has been changed about Gooey, though I'm not sure what we think anymore.
I'm just considering this payment for making us play Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
You know, I wasn't really thinking too deep about the game while we were playing it, but I had fun.
I had a really good time.
This is the kind of game where you can just turn your brain off and just advance if you have no intention of finding the side quest. It's just a fun pick up and play game. It's a Kirby. It's an unremarkable Kirby. And I think that may be people's biggest defense.
Thank you to the Ultimo for the 1,500 bits to officially declare Gooey dead.
Gooey is dead. Goodbye, Gooey. And that means Kirby's Dreamland 3 is also dead.
Someone subscribed to our page. Listen, right now I don't know what our Gooey opinion is, but I think that Gooey is a land of contrasts.
He is. He's a real land of confusion. Gooey, thank you. Fuck you. You're also dead.
Let's move on. Happy 420. We have Gooey opinions.
That was a wild and woolly segment right there. I'm still not sure what I think.
For real, so thank you all for the bits.
Yeah, thank you.
Very much appreciated.
All right, so next up, before we get to the main event, we're going to play Dennis the Menace. All right, so to be specific here, there are multiple Dennis the Menaces.
Yes!
I found out in our Discord earlier today, someone pointed out that Dennis the Menace in the UK is kind of like this weird, edgy, alternate universe version of our Dennis. Like, the US newspaper strip, Dennis the Menace, is kind of like a well-meaning, but ultimately kind of a fuck-up of a kid. While UK Dennis the Menace just looks like he wants to hurt people on purpose.
Yeah, the UK Dennis the Menace will stab you. You cannot turn your back on him. Also, thank you very much to Rye for the 420 bits. Goobit, Danny.
Nice, thank you. Spirit of the season. So, to sum things up, this is not UK Dennis the Menace. This is US Dennis the Menace. Specifically, the one that was in the movie adaptation. Dennis the Menace the movie, starring Walter Matthau from 1993. And it's from Ocean! I forgot that.
This is gonna be a good one. Thanks, folks.
Okay, for reference, the last time we played an Ocean platformer, it was the Flintstones. So...
Oh god, that's almost kind of ominous.
So have fun, Alex. Now, I saw this movie in the theater. It's one of the few movies I've seen that ends with death by force feeding. I'm not sure if that is incorporated into the game. A little bit. Dennis, he force feeds the bad guy to death. You get to see his stomach expand.
It starts on hard.
It starts on hard. Also, he ruins Mr. Wilson's life, and he also kills a man.
Yeah, well, what does everybody think of the live-action Dennis the Menace?
I thought it was just okay. It was another 90s movie. It was no Home Alone. It was no Mom and Dad Save the World.
Just so ominous.
All right, Dennis, let's do it. Gooey is better than Dennis.
can
or
agree
he
with
isn't.
that.
I'm not sure what I think anymore.
Yeah, I've lost track. We need a spreadsheet to keep a track of what our opinions are now.
Total it up after the stream. We'll see. All right, so you start off in Mr. Wilson's house, which is
This is
massive.
very ocean. I don't like it.
It appears to be some kind of giant's mansion after Dennis climbed a beanstalk or something. Mr. Wilson has many cats, all of which are purple? You have a spray gun that doesn't do anything.
So, a few things. See, this controls better than the Flintstones.
Okay.
Dennis moves really nicely. He jumps when you want him to. It doesn't feel like a slog.
Who's seen this? Welcome to the club, even if you don't remember any of it.
If you drop from too far of a height, he'll pause for a second, and he has a little bit of momentum going on.
Alright, Apple Saucer 5 tells us to beat the first level, which I know is a cruel joke. People online have played this for the first time, and they have not been able to beat the first level.
Yeah,
I've seen the Game Grumps play it, I've seen James Rolfe play it, probably a whole bunch of other people tried it, and they just could not get past this first level. But we're gonna be the first. Ever.
No, we're not. I have a feeling we are going to fail. Where the infogrames. Can we be the infogram? Oh my god! No.
What happened? I just looked up and suddenly you're being carted off.
I just got my ass kicked.
So it's pointed out in the chat by Taizo and Codeman that this game was released in Europe, but only as Dennis. He was a separate Menace. They couldn't call it Dennis the Menace because they get confused with the existing UK Dennis the Menace.
Too many Menaces.
Man, maybe this was Europe's introduction to our Dennis the Menace because I don't think the newspaper comic got much play over there. What with there being a competing Dennis.
There's too many of them. Where's Dennis the pleasant little boy? Why do they all gotta be menaces? Come on now.
Oh, Boogaloo points out that the movie this was based on was written by John Hughes.
Yeah, John Hughes wrote
Master of the children's movie, as
He
well
wrote
as non-children's
Beethoven,
movies. Yeah. Beethoven, freaking...
Beethoven second, I think.
Yeah.
Can I go up there?
There's something off-putting about this game, isn't there?
Yeah, I can't...
Maybe just the missized sprites, the weird art style. The fact that a giant Mr. Wilson is chasing you around the house.
And he's got that giant Walter Matthau head.
Yeah. That's kind of what Ocean did. They just took a generic platformer and then they were like, okay, who's the star of this movie? Just put their head on the character and make it giant. Worked for Fred Flintstone, works for Mr. Wilson.
Oh, I don't have life, I have courage. That's what my health bar is. Clever.
Smebs points out there's a lot of 90s movies about evil children.
There are! What was up with that?
There's Problem Child, The Good Son, Menace the
Okay,
Menace.
The Good Son was a little more serious than Problem Child.
A little bit, yeah.
I put this on easy, Danny.
There's a herd of cats living in Mr. Wilson's
I'm being
basement.
swarmed by animals that are
Look,
not...
there's like 5 cats on screen right now. Jeez. Okay, so your slingshot hurts things. Not the... Why do the cats take like 10 hits?
It's a good game.
Alex, I just noticed you have a courage meter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like my health bar.
Courage.
You need a lot of courage to play this game. Come on.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Codeman, you'd think with all these cats there'd be fewer mice, but nope. A herd of cats and an army of mice.
Delightful.
Mr. Wilson, in the movie's lore, spends all of his time in the garden and does not take care of his house. You have bats down here, too.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Mr. Wilson.
Is there anything you're supposed to find down here? Okay.
Oh, probably.
Alright, so anyone who's familiar with this game, if you exist, what do you do to get out of this level? Because I'm curious. Clearly there's something that a lot of people have missed over the years.
That's like 3 cats!
That's just a ball of cats rolling down the stairs.
mouse!
Hey, Mr. Wilson, you're fucked up.
The island of Mr. Wilson. Okay, so there's a coin. But how do I get the dentist coin?
There's a coin on top of the
Let's see if I
cabinet
can
up
get
there. This looks like
you know what this is reminding me of? A Week of Garfield.
Oh, yeah.
It controls better, I'll say that, but...
Just the fact that there's these oversized environments.
Mr. Wilson's upstairs. I don't know if you saw him.
Yeah, I saw him. He looked grumpy.
Same. Oh, how?
Taizo apparently traded for Problem Child 3 on VHS. And even what you said you traded for does not sound worth it. I've only seen like half the original Problem Child. This,
Well, I got the magic coin. I assume it's a magic coin.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how to beat this level?
There's some objective here. I'm still looking.
Okay. Yeah, next time I die, I'll pass a controller, but I'm actually not okay.
People are posting good theories about what's going on, but I'm pretty sure that's not what is actually going on.
Maybe I have to go after this thing.
It's as good as theory as any.
I'm gonna shoot it a bunch. Who cares?
You gotta replace his old person records with like Led Zeppelin or something.
Oh, that's so cool in 90s. I'm just doing something useless until I can figure out what the hell to do. I mean, it could be useful. I don't know.
We've received word that Problem Child 2 is, quote, actually pretty good. I don't know. I don't know, there's a lot of Problem Child movies, and I don't have much time for movies. I do want to get through every single Problem Child, though.
We haven't even seen the new Benji. We have no time for problems. This is doing.
Oh yeah, there is a new Benji.
Yeah, we need to see it. It looks good. It looks like a straight-up remake of the original.
A Playing Dangerous game. Yeah, that would have been better than this.
Do you think I have to collect these dentist coins?
That seems kind of likely, considering there was a thing at the end of the level. Mr. Wilson is a hipster vinyl collector, and those are limited edition discs. Yeah. And yeah, it's pointed out that poor Dennis is the one being menaced here. All he did was minor B&E.
Oh, breaking, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a kid, so who's gonna arrest him?
I don't know.
Mr. Wilson and his herd of cats are taking the law into their own hands.
Mr. Wilson and his herd of cats are just... They are demanding to speak to his manager.
Okay, the object is to collect all the coins, which are Dennis coins, which is a new cryptocurrency.
Gonna shut down Mr. Wilson's ICO.
Mr. Wilson stole his bitcoins, so that's why he had to make his competing cryptocurrency.
Ow, thanks.
Man, normally I'd be taking over now, but I'm just... You're clearly into it. I'm just gonna let you keep playing.
Danny, I'm not, but I also... God forbid I kind of am.
Hey, Mr. Wilson, I pulled the cord on your Bitcoin mining rig. Dennis! Dennis, I bought 30 video cards from Fry's. They're never gonna take a refund. Isn't it like if you go to Fry's now, their entire video card section is wiped out?
Oh
no! Oh god, run! Run! Run, Dennis, run! Oh no!
Well, it's your turn now.
Oh man.
Collect all the dentist coins, honey.
Alright, I'll ask again. Anyone know how to beat this fucking level? Has anyone ever? Is it possible? Maybe this is one of those unwinnable situations, like the PC version of Ninja Turtles, the NES port. They just didn't include a way for you to win. Alright, B is jump, Y does nothing, X does nothing, A is your slingshot.
Man, Micro Center is now one card per person. I don't know if Fry's is doing that. I actually
They
we
should.
didn't. Yeah, we haven't gotten our graphics card at Fry's. I think we got ours from Newegg, but it was like backlogged forever.
It's all because of that Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson's 20 Bitcoin mines.
He has a Bitcoin scam, and he's spending it all on vinyl records.
He heard about it on CBS News in the morning. He was just like, his local CBS station was talking about Bitcoin. He's like, this sounds like a good idea. And Mrs. Wilson was just like, I don't care, honey. Just leave me alone. Their relationship is on the raw. It's really sad. Mr. Wilson refuses to communicate. All he does is buy more and more tech. I hope to fill the void in his life that neglecting his wife
Except it's
has
all
left
like,
in him.
oh no! Except it's all like old tech, like shit from the 70s, like LED calculators or something. Alright, there's a Mr. Wilson over here somewhere. It seems like this is the end of the level, but it just kind of ends here. Jesus.
Krungo Kong is saying, this is a reskinned clock tower with Mr. Wilson as a scissor man.
Yeah, you just kind of, he tracks you down and then it's over. It's all over.
I was gonna say that's not fair. Techmoan is cool. Techmoan, I don't see Techmoan
He's not a Mr.
menacing
Wilson.
a small child. I mean, maybe Techmoan does menace small children. He can use those puppets to like.
Puppets.
He just goes down to the nursery and just menaces small children with his puppets. That's not fair. I really like Techmoan.
Let's keep our headcanons to non-real people.
Yeah, Techmoan's actually very cool. I like their work, and I think their puppets are genuinely very cool. I wish
Mr. Wilson now.
Now this guy, yeah.
Okay, you went over here and got a coin, right? I'm really puzzled. It doesn't really give you any kind of indicator of what to do or where to go. Is there a FAQ? Okay, y'all watch this football. I'm gonna look up the FAQ.
I have no idea. I'm just checking chat. They're really beautiful. This seems like a game that had a bunch of horrific shit in the beta that got cut out.
Oh, probably. Okay, there is a walkthrough. It's incomplete. It spells... The ASCII art at the top spells Dennis the Menace with one N. It's Denise the Menace.
He's French or something.
That must be what makes this incomplete. He couldn't add the extra N to the ASCII art.
We were told to check the basement, maybe? Maybe. Oh, he's being sassy. He's blowing bubbles.
Dennis the Menace is an action game pumped full of enemies and puzzles in more than 10 different levels. Graphics, 4.5 out of 5. Sound, 5 out of 5. Control, 5 out of 5. Gameplay, 4.5 out of 5. This FAQ begins with a review that's very disingenuous.
Is that FAQ by 311 fan or something?
I would give this game a great 4.5 out of 5. It's one of the greatest games I've played, but it's also one of the hardest ones, too. I would not, though, call this game capital O outstanding, like Final Fantasy III. Alright, at some point we're going to get to a walkthrough. Alright, here's a list of enemies. Here's the controls.
Go to the attic.
Wait, I'm almost here. This is... I can't stand this writing. When you begin this stage, you will immediately notice that you have begun in the middle of the house. Above you, a purple cat jumps madly on a ledge. Jump on the table to the right, then jump up and grab the slingshot. Equip it. Now, return to the ground and run left up the stairs. Okay, we have to go upstairs.
Okay, so we have to go upstairs. Here, I'm gonna control him. I have to...
Okay, yeah, do it.
Wrong one. I'm just throwing the controller in anger.
Go upstairs, and then go right.
Okay. That's on my way to Mr. Wilson's. Cat madly on the ledge!
Oh, you've seen the cat madly jumping? Oh, you can do that.
I didn't know I could do that. I was just messing around.
This is a stream of discovery. We're finding out what makes Dennis the Menace tick. Okay, you know where the Jack-in-the-Box is? On the second floor, you have to be propelled upwards.
Okay.
That's how you get out of Mr. Wilson's way. Unfortunately, I forgot to pause the game earlier, so your time is not good.
Yeah, I'm screwed, basically.
Just find the Jack-in-the-Box and work your way from there. I wasn't making up that review, by the way.
That
if you want to
really
read it for
good.
yourself, go to GameFAQs, look up for the only Dennis the Menace FAQ, and he has a full review. It's not outstanding like Final Fantasy III, but it's still one of the best games I've ever played. I've only ever played 2 games, is the problem. Watch your courage. Make Dennis drink some liquid courage.
Dennis is...
Okay, you gotta get that. Yeah, get up there.
Okay.
That's how you avoid Mr. Wilson.
Then what? Well, let me pause. Wait, there we go.
Jump onto the drawer, then the suitcase to the left.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Shoot the switch on the suitcase.
Well, I
Dennis. Okay, now you know what to do.
died. Okay, we got this.
This is our Dennis the Menace 100% playthrough
The
now.
world's first streamers to go past level 2. I mean, level 1.
No one ever has. Not as far as I know. You know what the cool thing is? You died, but it didn't reset your timer.
That's cool.
That's really cool. That's very forward-thinking. I wonder what happens when it runs out.
We'll find out. Timeout.
Timeout. Okay, so halfway through his lavish description of the first level, the FAQ author reveals you have to find 5 coins to beat the level.
Well, I did find 2, and that was actually a pretty good route to find the rest.
Yeah.
So I was right. I figured it out. I think I should get an award for that. I figured it out all on my own, with my own brain.
It's a good brain.
Thank you. Made it myself. That's not true. Store-bought.
Wait, does it keep your coins?
Yes. No.
Oh, those are
after
different-
the timeout. After the timeout, it did keep my.
There's
it
two
reduced
different-
my coins to 0. Yeah.
There's 2
so.
different coins you have to collect. Why?
I don't think we're gonna do it.
I don't think so either, but at least we know what to do. Alright, for in the future, in case anyone is reviewing streams where people failed to finish the first level of Dennis the Menace, you gotta collect all 5 coins. The big ones, not the little ones.
Yeah, little ones don't mean shit.
And don't get caught by Mr. Wilson. He will kill you.
I'm gonna try this. Hey, that's it! That's it! That's it! I'm done! I'm done! We are done!
He caught you like 3 frames after you were on top of that box. He expects expert precision.
It's time.
Oh man, but
It's time, Danny.
no, I'm just getting into Dennis the Menace. It seems like a really good game. Let me try one more time to get up on that ledge.
I'm gonna keep the contrast turned down for the next game, by the way.
Okay, yeah, it should be fine.
It should not be bright. I'm also not gonna play much of the next game for
Wait, have you
very
not turned-
obvious reasons.
Did you not turn the brightness back up?
I was completely yeah, I did not. I forgot.
Do it now.
Okay.
Show everyone what Dennis the Menace should look like.
There he is.
Like, here's the problem. How do we rate this? We know what to do, but...
Well, I don't know, Danny. I'm about to say something to get you really mad at me.
Good lord!
Never mind! Do you think this game is an epic fail or for the win?
Do you think this is worse than the Flintstones?
Ooh, that's an even better question.
It might be. We did eventually beat the first level of the Flintstones.
Yeah, this isn't looking to awesome sauce to me.
Stop it. This isn't the 90s anymore.
Listen, it's the early 2000s, baby.
I know we're trying to fool ourselves into thinking it's the 90s again by constantly remaking and remastering everything. It's no longer okay to have new ideas because everything good was invented in the 90s. We know this.
All I'm saying is NBC, Universal, Comcast, whoever, contact me about my idea for my All Furry Friends reboot. Just saying, I got a really good idea here.
You know, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you've already mapped out the different friends to their personas. Chandler's a lizard. Ross is that stupid monkey that he had.
Okay, congratulations on thinking more about this than I have.
Okay, good.
That's pretty
All right,
good.
we're coming up on the Jack in the Box. Do you think I can do this?
Good luck.
It didn't go off. It didn't go off.
Rachel's persona is a fox. Monica's persona is some random obscure animal, and Joey is a wolf. Thank you.
Is that all of them?
Phoebe has like 15.
Okay, there you go. Well, adding salt to the wound that is playing Dennis the Menace, Alex has told me all the personas he has planned for the friends. The friends.
You're welcome.
The famous New York friends.
With people this wacky, they had to be friends. That was the official Friends slogan. After I am.
Look at what Dennis is doing.
He's chewing bubblegum.
Yeah, like one after the other.
He's gonna
He chews
die.
it, makes one bubble, then spits it out on Mr. Wilson's floor. Frankly, I don't care about Mr. Wilson's house. It's a gigantic mansion full of garbage and copy and pasted elements. I hate it.
He's awful.
I'm ready to move on. Alex, hit the reset button.
I don't want to.
You gotta.
Okay.
Well, we have a new exercise tonight. We have to figure out if Mohawk and Headphone Jack is worse than Dennis the Menace. Suddenly, it's in contention. I would have said definitely Mohawk and Headphone Jack is worse than anything, but what we played was pretty bad. Ugh. Now I know why everyone just bounces off of Dennis the Menace. It refuses to be played. Alright, the star of the show, the game that got the most votes, and the game we're closing out the stream with tonight, Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
Flashing image warning, everything warning. If you are photosensitive in the least, you probably would do best to turn the screen brightness down.
Yeah, just don't
yourself.
look.
Yeah, you can...
This is the right controller.
Okay, there we go. Maybe it won't
Not
load.
so much flashing. It's more like just seasickness. You'll see.
They go through a lot of colors. It should not kill me. It's just going to make me really nauseous very quickly, and I'm going to have to hand it off.
You do have to experience this for yourself, though.
Oh, fuck this. Oh, this is no good, Danny.
1995, right up there with the likes of Donkey Kong Country. Actually, I guess this would have been DKC 2 around this time.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah?
Do you want to play two-player?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Okay, Magmaram says, what in the shit, and I hope you're ready to die, everybody. So, L&R rotates the world.
Yeah, this game's kind of interesting because the entire level is mapped to the Mode 7 graphics layer, meaning everything can be scaled and rotated. Everything.
Here's the only cool thing that happens in Mohawk and Headphone Jack. I like that.
Yeah, you can splat against the wall. Also, your character is some kind of weird jelly monster because you're always gooping up against things, just generally turning into a blob.
It's very fast.
Now, there's one button that turns you into Sonic. It's like the X button, I think. Maybe the A button. No, that's the blow yourself up button.
Can't say I like that button.
There you go. That's your attack. And you do keep your momentum, which is nice. What's not nice is that the entire game rotates whenever you go up or down hills. It does this pretty much constantly. That's kind of its claim to fame.
Where am I going? What am I doing? I couldn't, much like Dennis the Menace, I can't tell you, and nor can I figure it out.
Dennis the Miller Menace. Alright, so player 2 is a different color. That's cool. I guess I must be Headphone Jack.
I guess so.
I'm Headphone Jack.
I like how you keep
I like how you
going.
clip through the level, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, yeah, this being a Mode 7 layer means that it doesn't really have consistent collisions, so you constantly kind of bump through things and kind of phase through walls.
Also, the bitrate is crashing on the stream.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
Let's see. Comments from stream. The Permafusion says, good lord. Arnold Rimmer says, I'm surprised this game even got released.
Yeah,
Ragu
kinda.
is sick. Krungo is sick. Permafusion is sick.
Alex, I've discovered something disturbing.
What?
Alright, so when you jump and move in one direction, and you push the other way when you're in the air, the momentum fights back against you. My
that's
god.
weird.
120 games in, we finally found a game that plays like Bubsy. Bubsy does this exact same thing.
Oh my god!
In fact, it even has 2 different jump buttons. Look at this. A lets you do a regular jump, and B is like a much longer, maybe glide? Was this game inspired by Bubsy?
Oh god, it is a lot like Bubsy. This sucks.
It's Bubsy, only you can turn into a hedgehog.
Alright, Yaddle is sick. Everybody is sick.
Oh boy. Okay, so here's another issue. When you're in the air and there's like different land masses that are close to you, you'll get into their orbit, I guess you can say. It's kind of like Mario Galaxy, where you kind of circle the planetoids and they suck you in. Only it's 2D and makes you sick.
This is like Cyberdillo, but...
Here's nice. Look, I've entered an area where like nothing rotates or squishes. This is just generic platforming.
But the way the camera... I hate the way the camera, when you go down, it bounces. I hate the way the camera is always bouncing.
You can actually change that.
Oh my god, can you?
Yeah. Look ahead, off.
Oh, thank you, God. Oh.
So it's a little bit better.
It is! Oh my god, thank you, Danny.
Yeah, there's some things you can do to reduce the nausea. But the nausea will come.
Let's see. Sasquatch says, make it stop. A Dog IRL regrets voting for this.
Yep, everyone voted for this, meaning we have to play a good amount of it. Look at this.
Wow, I legitimately am beginning to feel sick. This is amazing. This isn't fair, Danny. It's 420. Everyone's gonna be like, they're gonna get really
Think of the
sick.
holiday. What would Snoop Dogg say?
Snoop Dogg's having a bad trip.
Snoop Dogg just profusely vomiting.
No, poor Snoop.
Oh, where am I now? Okay, so here's a nice thing. You can push select, and you get a map. Look at this.
That looks awful.
You get a nice looking map that you can just rotate and
Oh,
scale
no.
all around, and it looks really good.
Nope.
I actually do like the viewpoint here. It gives you a lot of lay of the land, which helps in this game. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
And now I'm a tire.
I hate this. I hate it. Oh God.
I'm gonna be controversial. This is not as bad as Dennis the Menace. Not nearly.
I disagree because
Your turn.
this game is. Here's the thing. Maybe.
Is there a lot of artifacting? Hang on, let me look at the stream.
There is.
This has got to be good. Oh, wow. Yeah, it just kind of changes into a fine paste.
Yeah, I don't know how much more of this we can stream. Is the thing.
I can go on.
I actually am gonna have to call it quits soon.
Okay.
No, I feel bad. I too am starting to actually develop a headache. Like
Yeah,
a
this
genuine one.
is not uncommon. This game gives headaches, nausea, and yeah, for good reason. Just look at it. Yeah, at the top of the stream I said this would be the last game we're playing tonight, and that's for a reason. We wouldn't have felt like playing any other game after this. This just kind of makes me resent games, you know? Like the fact that it would do this, the fact that it would look like this on purpose. And yeah, in addition to it just kind of scaling and rotating all over the place, it has that kind of seasickness to it, where things just kind of shift and judder all over the place. Generally the kind of things you want to avoid in VR, but this is a regular game, and it can make you sick. I think that's going to be Alex's last life.
Yeah, I actually am looking away from the screen.
Good idea. I'm taking control here. Alright, we'll try and get to the second level, and if I can get to level 2, I'm ready to declare this better than Menace the Menace.
I cannot tell you how much I disagree. People are really mad saying this game... This game does cause... That's the problem with this game. Maybe it's more interesting, like, gameplay-wise than Menace the Menace, and I genuinely think it is. It's much more interesting design-wise, control-wise, things like that. But the problem is, if you're a human being and you watch it, you become extremely ill. And I think that trying to injure the player is, like, physically, should count against it.
I guess that should be a point against it.
Like, I'm...
Here we go, loop-de-loop.
Like, I'm pretty forgiving of old games that had flashing in them and stuff like that, as someone who has issues with that. I'm
in many cases, they just didn't know any better.
They didn't know any better. But did people really Q&A this and not get sick? Come on!
I really wonder.
Like...
Maybe they had a very small QA team.
Maybe they didn't...
Is this the exit? Did I beat the level?
You beat the...
Yeah, I did it! Look at that guy down there. Look at me. Look at everything.
Oh my god! You got 100 bits to bring back Gooey. Thank you, Fidget.
I told you you'd feel bad about Gooey. Alright, this is Alex's player, but I'm taking control.
Thanks.
Alex, you don't need to play any more of this.
You've
suffered enough.
This is Polybius to me. Now, not everybody gets sick. Danny doesn't seem to be getting sick, and Simon the Digger isn't getting sick in chat. So, it must be like...
Games don't tend to make me sick. Like I mentioned during our Goaty stream, only one non-VR game has ever made me sick, and that was a PS4 game called Deliriant. It doesn't really do anything to me. I'm sure with prolonged exposure I might feel bad.
This game is from the programmer of Bubsy.
No way.
That's according to Electric Boogaloo, and I'm gonna check the link they put in chat.
You know, if it was, that would make sense, because it has the exact same jumping and running physics. It has that weird momentum that you fight against in midair. Oh, God. Yeah, see what I mean about just the gravitational pull of these platforms sucking you in? Like, I hate to do this to y'all, but watch this. That's what happens.
Wow. Danny, I love you, but no. If you do that again, I'm just not sure.
You do have power-ups. You get to turn into some kind of motorhead here. Not sure what the purpose of that is. Oh, where am I even going? Hang on. So I guess it's less good that they have this map and more of a necessity because you get lost. You get lost almost instantly. Look at this part here. This looks like hell. We have to go there.
Don't go to hell.
Now, some people have mastered this game. The speedrunner PJ DeCaesar has, if not the world record, a very good time in this game. He's posted his run on YouTube. Also, highly recommended, he uploaded his run with YouTube jitter correction.
Yes, I think that was dropped into chat.
Which, if you thought this game was awful before, oh my god. It gets even worse. Oh, checkpoint? Maybe? thing is, unlike Dennis the Menace, I can parse this. There aren't many enemies. The level design is... well, there's platforms. I guess it's still pretty non-linear, like Dennis the Menace was.
Yeah, this is by the programmer of Bubsy and Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Unbelievable.
Whew. He also did the art and graphics in Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I went backwards?
Everyone is screaming, Danny, no, and Danny, what the fuck? Danny, stop, is also what's being said.
Alex, while you were looking away from the screen, I kind of ran around in circles for a while. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't hate this. This is playable.
It's like there are people out there who feel that way, and you are one of them. I strongly disagree, and this is going to be really difficult when we rank these.
Yeah, we're going to get into a fight.
We're going to have to rock, paper, scissors to figure out where it goes.
Like, I don't have strong feelings about this game. I mean, in reality, I'd rather play any other platformer because there's no risk of making anyone ill. And in reality, it doesn't play that great. It's playable, but only just. And then there's the fact you're just flipping around everywhere and never really sure of where you're going, and... where am I? I went back to the checkpoint?
According to Smeps, the colors are messed up. But it's the same colors as on the thing. Apparently the ground's supposed to be gray.
Really?
That's weird. Because we're playing a flash card, but we are playing on original hardware.
Yeah, this is actual hardware. An actual SNES running this bullshit. No, really, where the hell do I go? I think you also have to find a certain number of CDs before the exit opens up. And actually, yeah, that might be my problem, because you don't see the exit until you get the right number of CDs. So I guess we just have to go...
Danny Dinohard is confirming the color palette is wrong. They have the original card. So.
Really? Interesting.
So I guess it emulates wrong.
Someone gotta get on that. Fix that Mohawk and headphone jack.
Oh, I'm out. I am officially out. This is...
I'm gonna play it for a couple more minutes and then I think we're gonna move on.
I'm sorry.
Alright, that kind of messed with me.
See?
Just the fact that it snaps to a different orientation, it doesn't give you any time to adjust. And it just happens when you're not expecting it. Having trouble thinking of why anyone would make this. I mean, I guess there were a bunch of Mascot platformers. You had to keep making them. But why this? Why us? Why? Now I'm on fire? The game also constantly slows down, which is kind of a problem. Well,
to death.
I've burned up.
Oh well, guess you have to turn it off. Oh no.
I'm starting to get a little clammy. Is that normal?
I actually got clammy really fast, and that's why I quit, because that's what happens to me before, like, my brain decides to shut down.
That's me. That's me when I'm playing Mohawk and headphone jack. I'm all like, yeah, everything morphs and wiggles and oozes, and yeah, nothing makes sense. Up is down, left is right. There's no gravitational pull. And then again, everything is gravitational pull. This is the world of Mohawk and headphone jack.
Oh man, interesting info from the Ultimo. The compression used for this game was eventually, stop that, adapted into 7-zip. That's actually pretty impressive.
Alright, I'm glad something good
so
came out of Mohawk
this is a bad dunk,
jack.
by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Well, you got to see the most fucked up version of Mohawk and headphone jack. You're on the Super Nintendo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to stop playing this.
Yeah, his Mohawk does go all the way down to his ass.
Is that like a Mohawk mullet? What if it's not like freestanding hair off his head? What if the hair just continues to grow down his back?
What if he's like a horse and that's his mane?
Is he a horse?
They took a horse and some goo and then mixed it all together and made this horrible, horrible man.
I'm sorry, Mohawk.
Mohawk has a painful life.
You came from bad circumstances. Well, I'm gonna be very glad to quit playing this. Let's find some music.
Anything.
What's a game that has good music?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat here.
I told you! I'm starting...
I think I'm getting the beginnings of nausea. That's pretty interesting. I don't usually experience that. Go Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
Congratulations.
Alright, we're playing something starting with T. We're playing... There we go. This is a good pick.
What is it?
It's Top Gear.
That's good.
Your favorite UK car show, converted for the SNES.
By Kemco?
Mm-hmm. Let's get to that sound test. Alright everyone, listen to the music, calm yourself. You no longer are within the realm of Mohawk and Headphone Jack. Is there really no sound test? Am I gonna have to go into a race? Alright, let's do this. It cuts off the music when you pause. What is this hell?
Well, maybe you can just wait on the title screen.
I guess that's a pretty good music loop. I just want the best for everyone. Especially after what just happened.
True.
I have a lot to make up for.
After you nauseated the entire audience. We're not putting on Crazy Bus.
That would be a pretty good move.
Oh, God. I like our audience. Where is
the video? Come on, game.
There we go.
Don't give me this. Okay. Relax with Gremlin Graphics' Top Gear soundtrack for the Super Nintendo. As we try to make some sense of what we play tonight, this was a little bit more off the rails than usual. I'm gonna have real trouble rating a couple of these games. For now, I guess let's do the easy part. Kirby's Dreamland 3. Let's start with that.
I liked it.
I did too.
It was a fun and pleasant little Kirby game.
It really was.
It was pretty simple. It had a lot of the more simple structure that pardon me, I'm a little mohawked out here.
Me too.
It had the same simple structure that the Game Boy games did. It didn't have, like, you know, the overworld thing, or, well, it had a little bit of an overworld, but...
I guess that was kind of its main problem. It was adapting a Game Boy game to the Super Nintendo. And it coming that late in the Super Nintendo's lifespan means that it had a ton of expectations laid on it, and it could not measure up. It had stuff like, it followed up on games like Yoshi's Island, all 3 Donkey Kong countries, Super Mario World, Super Mario All-Stars. Really, all the best platformers for the Super Nintendo had already been released by that point. And Kirby's Dreamland 3 was just another one.
That's the thing. It's a competent game. It's well done. It's a good Kirby game. It's just...
It's definitely not bad.
No, it's not bad. It is
to
better
start
than
off,
Bubsy.
let's say, yeah, better than Bubsy.
I would definitely put it in up here with around like Monster Party, MC Kids. Yeah, maybe even higher. I'd put it higher than the new Bubsy. Around the Rockin' Cat's Quackshot range, but it's pretty simple.
You keep bumping it up.
Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I'm very biased towards Kirby.
Someone in chat said there's no such thing as a bad Kirby game. And
that's true.
At worst, they are interesting failures. And Kirby's Dreamland 3 isn't even that. It's genuinely a good game, if just a little unambitious.
Okay.
I guess we should have rated the original Dreamland games and competed, see how that stacked up, but what can you do?
Well, we got some, let's see. Chat says, better than Joe and Mac, below Cool Spot, worse than MC Kids. I think it's, oh man, MC Kids is so, I like MC Kids a lot. Oh, this is hard.
I do too.
This is getting hard here now.
Oh, I forgot to deliver our spiel. Okay, yeah, this is where we rank the games, as we do every week. This is your chance to make your voice heard. Where should they rank? Do you agree or disagree? All decisions are final, but we will hear your arguments.
We will.
So, people say around the Cool Spot, Joe and Mac kind of area, huh?
I actually think that's pretty good for it.
I'd say it's better than Cool Spot. Maybe not as good as Liquid Kids.
I don't know if it's better than Cool Spot.
I think it is. Maybe
Okay,
they're just
make
about,
your argument.
Maybe they're just about equal.
That's the thing. Okay, I can see them as equals.
Yeah.
Equals on the gaming battlefield.
These are both very solid 7.5s out of 10.
They're both games of honor.
Yeah, right. They do have honor, unlike other games we've played tonight.
Alright, Chad is like below Mischief Makers.
Where did we put Mischief Makers?
Down here.
We underranked Mischief Makers.
We did. We definitely did.
We'll get back to it one of these days.
I think we should actually eventually go through the list and do like we should do like re-rankings of ones that people choose.
Just the really egregious stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that sticks out.
We'll re-rank some of these, the egregious things, eventually. But for now, I don't know.
How about between Cool Spot and Splatterhouse?
I think that's actually where I would put it.
I'm not necessarily saying Cool Spot is much better than Kirby. I'm just saying it's around the same level of enjoyment. It's a different kind of platformer.
Alright, who is let's see, does Nintendo put it out?
Uh-huh.
And how?
Yeah, Nintendo and HAL. Alright, so it didn't stack up against Kirby's Superstar, which is still one of our top 5 games. But, you know, more Kirby's always a good thing, and better late than never. Glad it came out. It is a game you can play.
People are mad it's higher than Ristar.
Nope, I'm pretty sure I'm right.
We're right. Sorry. You're not allowed to yell at us, and if you do, we will sick our massive army on you. It's actual real army. I've called Blackwater, and they are coming to your house right now if you disagree.
I managed to enlist the National Guard, so you'll best watch out.
Okay.
Ristar is actually a good point of comparison, because like Kirby's Dreamland 3, it's solid, it's great, it's fun to play, it's just, you know, it's not the all-time classics like are in our top 30, like Plock.
Like Plock. Plock is a classic.
Plock is great.
Plock is wonderful. Alright, next is Dennis the Menace. Better or worse than Bubsy? I say better than Bubsy. Oh my god, I shouldn't have said that. My husband looked at me like I'm...
Alex, scroll to the bottom of that list.
Okay.
Now...
I'm okay if you say it's worse than Bubsy. I'm thinking about it more now, and I think I may have spoken out of turn.
We are just the latest in a long line of people to completely bounce off this game, to completely just miss the point of what you're supposed to do in the first level, to not even grasp it, to really just come away confused, hurt, betrayed by our friend Dennis. I really hated that game. I guess it played okay, but the level design was bad. The structure was bad.
I agree.
It didn't really communicate itself at all. It didn't really tell you you had to collect 5 coins. I had to read halfway through a FAQ.
Through a really, like, flourished language fact.
Yeah, it was a very florid FAQ. Mm-hmm. And yet it couldn't spell. It spelled the word beginning as befinning.
Okay, let's see.
Alright, I'm leaving this to the audience. Where would you put this?
Let's see. Below Flintstones, above Flintstones, but just above, just below Chakan, below Flintstones, below Chakan, below Bubsy 2, under Beethoven, below the Flintstones. People hate the shit out of this game.
All right, we've confirmed
below Chakan.
We've confirmed that the Flintstones is better than Dennis the Menace, and you know what? Yeah, we could at least beat the first level and eventually figure out what to do in the Flintstones, while Dennis the Menace, it just wasn't happening. Not at all. And I can't see the game getting any better after that point.
People are like, below Chakan, baby.
Let's do it. Put it below Chakan. But is it better than We're Back a Dinosaur Story?
Yes. It controls better than We're Back a Dinosaur Story. Thinking about the controls of We're Back a Dinosaur Story is making me angry.
I'd say they're about equivalent. Yeah.
No.
Go ahead and put it,
Control-wise, Dennis is better.
Okay.
He moves like not a terrible dinosaur. He moves like a human child,
Yeah,
very fast.
But the structure.
Structure sucks. I'm not saying the structure doesn't suck. All I'm saying is that it is very mildly better than We're Back.
Okay. That makes sense then.
Okay.
Dennis the Menace, worse than Chakan the Forever Man. Go to hell, Dennis.
Damn. Alright, Ocean.
Ocean and Ocean.
Thanks, Ocean.
Alright, it's time
Okay,
to have
here
this
we go.
difficult discussion.
Okay.
The game that is not meant to be playable by humans, Mohawk and Headphone Jack. How do we rank this? For most people, you just get sick right away, and even if you don't, it's not really anything you want to get good at. I kind of enjoyed it, just the fact that it was so fast, and the gravity flipping mechanic was at least kind of interesting. It was different for the Super Nintendo. And it made me think of a game that came out like 15 or 20 years later, so you might say it was forward-thinking in that regard. Then again, if you played it, that makes it difficult.
Okay, so very bottom, below Family Dog. Better than Dennis the Menace. Wild Woody Range. Let's see. Above Trash It. And someone who's trolling us, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, calling you out, says better than Yoshi's Island.
Wow, yeah, it is better than Yoshi's Island.
Bottom, the new bottom.
Hey, there's no crying baby in Mohawk and Headphone Jack. Checkmate, Nintendo.
3 people saying not the bottom, not the bottom, not bottom. Some people love this.
Let me propose a position for this.
You can't, you're already married.
Let me propose to Mohawk and Headphone Jack. I'm ready to take on 2 new husbands.
Too many! Jeez.
How about we put it between Awesome Possum and Mortal Kombat Mythologies?
I actually think that's fair because it's not above Dennis the Menace.
It's not the worst game we've ever played.
But it does make you physically ill.
Yeah, that's kind of a big strike against it, isn't it?
It is.
And even if it doesn't make you physically ill, if you play it long enough, it will. Like, I started to feel it. Even in the best case, this is still a deeply confusing and kind of unpleasant game, with a strange art style, just a jittery camera that moves all over the place, unpredictable gravity.
And thank you to the Boogaloo for the info here.
That would be Black Pearl, I think.
Not Solid Software?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Black Pearl, the people who did Total Carnage for Super Nintendo.
Got it. And I misspelled this correctly. Boom! Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
Is that really how you spell it?
Yes. That's how it was on Moby Games, and I didn't know if it was a misspelling or not, but nope, that's it, Mohawk and Headphone.
Yeah, I'm compromising with everyone else tonight. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else does, but considering just how widely it afflicts people, I guess afflict is the right word, because it gives you... you're not the same person after you play Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
People are saying that it should be below Sub-Zero. Multiple folks want us to put it below Sub-Zero, and I don't disagree, but Danny really liked it.
Oh, Boogaloo's right. Change it back. I forgot Black Pearl was a subdivision of THQ. I think they did that because after a while people started to see the THQ logo and they'd be like, I ain't buying that. Hell with that. Alright, there you go. A new bottom 5 game. Is it bottom 5 or bottom 6?
Bottom 5, baby.
It is the 5th worst game we've played so far.
We were given 500 bits to throw to the bottom. We cannot. That we will not take financial... We will take your bits now, but we will not take financial gain to put things anywhere on the list. Because...
This list is sacred. I will accept contributions against GUI, but Mohawk and Headphone Jack, they need to have a fair trial. Mm-hmm. You may not think that they deserve it, especially after all they've done, but we're giving them a fair trial. And they are merely the 5th worst game we've played so far. Really, if it wasn't for the motion sickness, I think it would have scored a lot higher.
Actually, yeah.
It controlled like Bubsy, which is to say, not great, but we've played games that control worse. We've played games where you don't even know what the objective is, where to go, what to do. Mohawk, at least, it was pretty... Okay, it's not clear. I can't say that and not say I'm lying. It was clearer than other games.
It at least had something interesting with it. Even if what was interesting about it made you physically ill.
I'm a little bit conflicted about where we put it, but not enough to really argue. For most people, this is going to be one of the worst platformers you've ever played. And I need to admit that. I'm going to spend the weekend praying and meditating on this. I'm going to call my friend Mohawk, see if we can patch things up.
Okay, we are not putting Family Dog on the top, but thank you for the 500 bits, Danny Dino Heart. Also, I don't think I mentioned it. It was Krungo who gave us the 500 to put that at the bottom. No. We appreciate the bits, but we will not move anything on the list. But thank you all very much for
thank you for the bits.
Us sell out.
Thank you for the bits, but this is a democratic process. We have to preserve some standards, though. Now, if you want to put your bits towards us hating GUI, I think GUI is in like the negative 3,000, 4,000 range by now. Mm-hmm. Fuck GUI. That guy.
We don't
what's he ever done? Just a nobody. Now he's appearing as DLC, like, oh, I'm gonna update my game just so I can play as GUI. Eat shit, GUI.
I'm sick of. I can say it. It's for money. I'm sick of GUI. Okay, thank you. We got 500 bits from Danny Dino Heart again, who just said, I don't know who GUI is, but fuck GUI.
Exactly. Screw GUI. I'm glad we've all come to an agreement. Mohawk and Headphone Jack is not something you want to play. GUI is a terrible, terrible mascot. Screw GUI. You can go back to the Dark Realm.
And if you want us to like GUI, remember, you need to only pay us 3,000 bits.
Remember to donate to the upcoming Summer Games Done Quick 2018 for the Save GUI, Fuck GUI campaign. And that ends yet another roller coaster ride of a Retro Pal stream. I'm starting to feel better now that I'm not looking at Mohawk and Headphone Jack. The sweats have stopped. My skin is normal, not clammy anymore.
My skin's still clammy.
I don't feel like I'm going to lose my lunch.
I feel like I'm going to lose my lunch.
That game does stuff to people, man. But we played it. That's the good news. We played it. We don't have to play it again. It's out of the way, and really, I can't see any other platformer that would be on that level of nausea-inducing, so our stream should be pretty smooth sailing from this point on. Here's
I'm
hoping.
glad.
That concludes our week of programming. Thank you all who watched, those who subscribed and donated bits. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Glad to be here with fellow shitty platform game appreciators. We're in good company.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So we'll be back on Monday. I'm thinking it's time to play Amazing Spider-Man for Sega CD.
Yes, save the city.
Yep.
Save it from the web of destruction.
It's got a theme song featuring vocals from the guy from Mr. Big.
Holy shit, really?
It's that guy.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And it also has a lot of really ridiculous animated sequences and voice acting. It is one of the essential Sega CD games.
It's swing time.
It's
finally.
swing time. We'll be playing that on Monday at 2 p.m. Central. Do watch us. Seriously, this is going to be a good time. Mm-hmm. You don't want to miss this.
I'm excited.
Patrons, check out patreon.com/retropals. And if you're not a patron, you can pitch in $5 to get access to our new poll for Wednesday. Ooh. I decided the last couple of weeks we've gone over the deep end. We've gone too deep into 3DO and CDI territory. You go too deep, you start to not even know what games are. You're all like, oh, my favorite game is Berenstain Bears for CDI. You start to get all twisted and evil inside. It's time to break away from that. We got to go back to the mainstream. And the most mainstream I'm willing to go is popular games for the Sega Saturn.
Okay, that sounds good.
You got a choice. You got to vote for Panzer Dragoon, Burning Rangers, Fighters Megamix, or Knights. What will you pick?
What
would you pick, Alex?
I'd probably pick Knights. I really
Knights
like
is pretty good. Knights is a classic.
Really
Yep, if you're part of our Patreon, go ahead and vote on that. We will play the top 2 games on Wednesday, plus maybe some other stuff if we got some time. Sega Saturn.
Oh, I'm excited.
These are real video games. There was never a Mohawk and Headphone Jack for Saturn. They knew better.
Oh, I'm so excited to not be nauseous.
Me too.
I'm so excited to sit in a dark room for about 30 minutes and feel better.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this 420 violently ill, not because of drugs, but because of a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, actually, it's because of the game. Cool.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Y'all have a good weekend. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back on Monday. Do check us out. Remember us.
Remember
the sacrifices we've made. And we'll see you later.
See ya, folks.